And so all we can do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the Counter-Strike, as all of the inner workings of these machines will be hidden. We go back into just the individuals on your screens. It's simply a name representing the human that's dedicated themselves to the passion that is a video game, to the point where they are professional at it. G2 and Mouse clashing tonight.
Let's get this one underway. Visor in, Kenny operating with a bit of utility, 2 flashes and a kit. Looks like he will be heading over towards middle now, so it might be used with Hunter to go for a couple of peeks. Flash set up. Hunter has a little look over towards alt middle.
Oh, that's more than he bargained for. I can't believe he didn't get punished at all. Frozen was holding it, and a jump confirms it. That's a lot of info. A lot of teams like that, sending someone, even if it's just a quick jump into the apartments or through Boiler, just to get the information as to anything, an early presence in second middle.
Yeah, very slow start here from Mouse.
I do love me an armored P250, though.
And on the man with the plan, it is Rop. So set him up a couple of jewels, see what he can get away with.
Spotted. Hello, Hunter. Some info for him. He's been their little canary in the coal mine throughout this. Taking a couple of extra risks, leaving him at the front door, confirming danger before it strikes.
Well, this is looking like a B finish with the utility left over from Mouse.
What do you reckon of the stack, Chad? You like it?
At all. It's very, very passive, but there's not likely to be Molotovs. So this is great. They can actually just use the range of these USPs and P2K, but Rops might want to level the field. He would have to hit some absolute bangers. And it looks like they're retooling. 50 seconds left. Back over towards A. They're going to trundle down Banana. The bomb's still on Carrigan's back. Smoke's ready to go. Chris J.
No early warning sign here. The only real chance would have been a Kenny flash up to brackets looking for info, but they're coming so fast, I don't think he's got time. So 3 players still dug into B. Hunter will have to be a hero. Oh, baby. He's going to get double swung on by Glocks. This is a hard duel for Hunter. And yeah, walking in, left eye, Chris takes his head clean off. And Kenny, oh, he's found a very important headshot. He knows he's potentially pushed by Bemis, tucks in, accepts the fate. The bomb will go down. That's Carrigan tucking in and getting it done. Kenny, big challenge, needs to find Bemis, but look at him scarpering into the site. He's kind of given him a second lease of life. Jackson Nico up brackets, Chad. They've got to retake, and they have got the kit, so they can run that clock down.
No utility, it's just coming down to the jewels here. Body's on the line.
First contact, Rops peppering Nico more where that came from, and a clean one. That's exactly what Rops is known to achieve. Jack's coming from the balcony. That's an important one, and a flurry of frags. Nico Nexa now. Frozen reveals his position, but he hits them all. It's only Jax. Has to step up. Doesn't have the time for this. Doesn't have time for the duel. The round has gone mousesports' way. He'll get away, though, saving himself a kit. Kev. Oh, what?
Yeah, too close to the bomb, you could see.
Miles away.
Yeah, it was a deeper plant.
It was a deep plant, true.
Unfortunate there for
It would have probably been fine.
And that would have been the perfect way to kick off the game for Jackie Boy. Unfortunately, not the case is Chris J. We get the first-person replay of him punishing Hunter towards the end of halls. I'm surprised all the utility wasn't used.
Oh, of course he does. Mytha has got a standing desk. He's such an adult.
It is. You follow the guy on Instagram. He's up. This is the thing. People aren't familiar. Mytha lives in Denmark. He was coaching Renegades who are in Australia. The time zone is ridiculous. He was getting up at like 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, going for hikes, making himself some porridge with strawberries and blueberries.
I bet he bloody was.
Everything like that, and still coaching the boys all day. So, going to be interesting to see his impact on mousesports. We're not expecting too much today, but this flash from Nexa.
I would kill for team comms.
Need it now.
Yeah, Nico. Oh, a chance. It strikes, but it's a little too late.
Cheeky Bemis.
Bemis making all of that sound cue to bait out the util. And now he comes back on the flash. This is great play from Mouse.
That's naughty.
That's simple, but that's mousesports just completely taking an upper hand through utility, and that's Kenny taking it through brutality. A quick one and done. Deagle to the side of the head. That's nice. Keeps it traded. And there are 3 SMGs in play. So a 1 Deag, certainly not out of the realms of possibility. Doesn't matter about your helmet. Just matters about pulling that trigger and pulling it precisely. Kenny tucking in. Jax to bait him in. Could be vulnerable to short, though. And that's where Chris J is currently investigating.
Well, they fluffed the smoke.
Yeah, that looks like a complete
absolutely missed. So that's just going to cover off.
He's got Arch. Reveals that there is threat from Boiler. Jax will address it. He's actually thrown his own smoke into Boiler. Look at this. So he smoked quad side. Chris is going to disrespect that as much as he can and leans towards long. So again, a 2-2 split of the CTs. Jax looking for info. Gets more than that. He takes the head off of Rops. That's a prime candidate eliminated. That's the AK-47 as well.
30 seconds now. Need to get a move on now, Sports.
Jax is Deagle primed. And here they come, a wide swing, takes 2 shots, doesn't want to fall foul to murder here. They're sweeping in, all 3 of them. Eventually he does go down and recovered Kenny. AK. Kenny's completely flubbed his lines there. And now Mouse flipped the script, the same deep plant. Nexus from Library with 4 seconds to spare. Hunter coming in as well. Now the clock extended courtesy of the explosives. Bemis is so low, but his mission, I mean, his mission started at Banana, if you'll remember.
Yeah, he's done very well, Bemis. 5 HP, 3 kills. How many more can he get? That nade is great. Hunter's going to think, oh, I'm going to take that AK. I thought he was going to think better at that, but finds the AK. That's a fantastic weapon for him to carry through. And at this point, it looks like they're just going to be backing off. More than happy to put down their guns, allow mousesports to post the second. Alex, I have something relatively exciting today.
What is it?
Oh, Nexus found another, so Bemis will fall, only on 5 HP. I've actually, I know this doesn't sound very exciting.
No, but you've already built it
It's
up.
exciting to me.
Yeah.
I updated Skybot.
You did?
Yeah, and it looks much fancier now. I can't wait till we have a clip. I want to make sure it works, but I can't wait till we have a clip to
It's
show.
likely we see it in the first half.
There's so much weird stuff with Skybox at this point. I could even go like in eyes, POV. They've actually made the game so you can jump, well, made the program.
Kind of POV.
Yeah, it looks a bit janky,
but
they've basically made a game of the game.
A game of Counter-Strike in the game.
Yeah, the next level over there. This is a tidy start here from Mouse. It almost got out of control, but back underway. They're going to carry in some more SMGs. UMP for Carrigan, MP7. See the likes of that MAC-10.
Hunter's about to be flashed in.
Same again. It's the same flash.
Does it get traded by Bemis? Nika was trying to retrieve. He's going to get dunked by that nade if he's not careful. Tucks himself in. Great recovery. Doesn't take damage. And Kenny's same peak. A late mid one. And Jax confirms his presence apps as well. This feels like the same A hit from Mouse. And Jax is trying to retool. They're wrapping long this time.
Well, the rotation's coming as well.
Yeah, and Rops is the one that's recovered. Excuse me, it's Nexa now with the AK-47. Rops is the one pushing up quad here for Mouse. He can do a lot of damage here, and Jax's Deagle's looking great tonight. Great damage inflicted by Kenny. He's keeping their eyes turned, and here comes Nexa to strike. Doesn't find the second. It's frozen. Pair of frags, making things competitive, but he's tucked into that mini pit. He's got no options. The smoke aids his escape. He's going to try and strafe with the knife out. Those speculative shots do not hit, and so suddenly B is the name of the game. A rotation. It'll be a fast one from Jax. I do think Frozen will be
Kenny,
there already.
This is nuts.
Pushing through the Molotov. That does give him an element of surprise if he could just catch Chris. Oh. Yeah, he sees him. Confirms his one towards the instruction.
Slipped the net already. I'm not sure if Chris is ready for him to be so close.
Jax has even smoked coffins. I kind of like it. Chris will react. Perfect. Space to be taken here. Kenny unarmored, but a huge threat. No kits. I like the Molotov from Jax. He can actually stop Frozen from playing so close. You'll have to be on the coffin. Careful now. Frozen surely not going to spray. Chris wants to have a look. Held the line. Difficult now for Kenny. He's run out of time and he's run out of life. Well played by the two of them. It's Frozen finding 3 frags. He really bailed mousesports out of that one.
It felt like 2 rounds in a row they needed an individual to do that. You had Bemis in the previous, Frozen in that one right there, and mousesports dropped to the 3-0. But G2 have looked threatening here in the early stages. They get a chance now to get their big guns out. Yeah.
So I assumed you'd be close. You already pushed up to... Do we call it Moto or Mini? Everyone gets upset.
Do they?
Yeah, oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
So there's, you know, old heads they're like swapped because there's a mini pit in pit now as well.
Yeah, I see. That's the thing. We never really had a name for that one, unfortunately.
I kind of like Moto being that little library cut out, but it doesn't necessarily make sense from the highlight itself.
We speak a different language anyway. We can settle with Moto.
We want.
People can get there.
Yeah, they know what we're saying, and you know exactly how this one's going to go. Kenny holding A and full rifles in play, so. Hunter's got long on lock. Hunter does like to set his Kenny up for a peek, and in fact, he's doing it dry here. He's considering it at least. Off the flash, that's the flash from Hunter. So now they have the brackets info. Chris peeking in, Kenny, perfect counter strafe. Does manage to find the accuracy onto Chris. And then one man down, disappears. Carrigan. There's a very tight line. He could be peeking into Hunter there. He'll peek off the flash. Kenny is blind, fires off the shot, and Hunter's down too. So much info off this. Carrigan's going to start calling quick. It's only Jax. Kenny's so locked out. What can you do? They're mollying him already. A lot of pressure here. You need to have some impact, Jax. He's burnt down, sprayed down to 10 HP. Just survival at this point. Kenny has managed to catch Frozen. That was the bomb crossing, so pressure relieved a little. Rotation's still super slow. Nico's in CT. Jax, 10 HP. God damn, Kenny's caught another. Now pulling out a smoke. Finally, Jax has fallen. Pressure relieved for Bemis, but he's lost his teammate. Kenny's doing it all. There's only one man left on the site. Anyone trying to cross up short into his line of sight has met Kenny's AWP. He's found his form. And that's Bemis' head trying to take the fight. Close the gap. Don't want to let this one slip away. Bemis can do this. Molly's great. Forces him in back into an expected position, now being flanked and just totally tightening the noose. Perfect retake. G2 danking their lucky stars. They got Kenny on form today.
Yeah, very good stuff from Kenny there. Was able to find the gap with the smoke. You can see there's the library smoke. There was the deeper arch smoke to facilitate a mid to B, but library towards side, that was well and truly open. And some of the keys here, if you didn't watch the Astralis versus mousesports Inferno game just the other day, Device went 8-0 in terms of opening duels on the CT side. If Kenny can find similar success and pick off mousesports before they can take too much territory, go for their smoke gimmicks or execute, might be punishing Mouse within the early stages here. So that's a great start from Kenny. As we get back underway, mousesports will be opting in with a buy. Galil, 2 AKs, a Tech 9 and a Deagle. And this time 3 players through second mid. Just one over towards that of Banana. Bemis throwing out some early utility to hold them at bay, keep their information as limited as possible. And now with 4 players in ult middle, they might be setting up for an execute. And this is what I'm talking about. Kenny staying in transition, looking for kills, trying to find an early advantage for G2.
Yeah, it seems to be his objective. There's no doubt that's definitely a game plan. You've seen him try it with the Deagle as well prior to his Zoom banger equipped. Carrigan's got his nice lineup for us, and they are going for a full A spread, 3 through the apartments. Jax has got a tingling sensation. He knows that smoke's coming out of his hands quick. What's the cue, though? That might be it. Here they come, and Chris J's just run him down. That's not great. Hunter yet to really fill the feed. It's his chance now. 1 kill so far to his name. A fake plan. Oh, he's revealed his location. Now swung on. Carrigan caught. No bullets. Oh, it's enough, though. Using the 4 of them. Now 6 from the scavenge. Bemis AK doesn't reload. He holds his nerve. Rops is on default. Smoke fading. A chance for Hunter for more. And he's used them for perfect third frag. 15 HP as he takes down another. They're just taking it in turns. It's Hunter to take the ace. 5 scalps affixed to his belt. And a second round for G2.
Wow, they just kept coming his way there. That is 2 huge back-to-back individual rounds from G2. Kenny and Hunter showing what they've got. Look at this. Around the smokes, around the site. Carrigan not ready. Bemis grey screens, and now just isolating duel after duel. Rops only had a Deagle there. And this final frag, just stepping on down, making it look as easy as you like. Big stuff here from Hunter. And that's the type of start you are looking for G2, knowing that their individuals are extremely loaded, extremely stacked. If they can get their confidence under them early, especially on the CT side of a map like Inferno, might spell disaster for mousesports. They've been pushed down just to the pistols. It's going to be Chris J operating with the Deagle, everybody else onto the Glocks.
Ooh, Nico's got a pink dot.
Rush didn't even warn us about the crosshair check. He's just thrown it in there.
Chris J's got a good, respectable old man crosshair.
What's Rops working with? Ah, of course. All the other 4 quite similar. Hunter. Oh, Kenny, we're not going to see yours anytime soon, are we? Jackson and Chris J's are very similar, just different colors. Outlines looking the same. Yeah. You can tell what type of players they are with the bigger gap. But also remember, ladies and gents, boys and girls, it is to do with the resolutions as well. As Nico up on the half wall. Takes a bit of damage. Poked on down to 59. Will drop back towards the side. That spurs Nexa to stay in rotation. Utility has been bled out by mousesports here, and that's the name of the game. Keeping the bank balance honest, getting the bomb down or a frag, that would be even better. And Chris J, well, he's on 29. That Deagle, it's going to be difficult to make it sing here, but pivoting. Nexa finds one. Nico able to swing out off of that contact. The dot working wonders. Another head ripped away, make it a third, and Nico just looking to style on them here. Even grabs the last
I've changed my mind, actually. I'm getting a dot.
You're going back to the dot?
I had
you have the fuzzy tennis ball? Or was that Lauren?
That was RPK. Okay. Yeah, RPK's, I was kind of doing my RPK cosplay for a while, if you remember, and I was actually fragging significantly better. But yeah, Nico, you can see how pinpoint precision into those heads on pool. He gets all of them. Look at that. Lovely stuff. Eyes of a hawk. Robs. Just processing that we've seen 3 back-to-back multi-quad kill, if not aces, from the G2 individuals to put 3 rounds on the board. That I can literally list the players that won the 3 rounds that are next to G2's logo right now. It started with Kenny, then Hunter, and now Nico. Oh, Kenny started off again. Maybe he's off for another one. As the multi-kills keep on flowing, and mousesports struggling to get going after the flurry of 3 to start here on Inferno. This is Mouse's pick.
There's a couple of ways they can start dealing with this AWP aggression, but it's not going to happen in this round here for Mouse. They need to start playing as a bit more of a unit, set pieces, have their utility early, and try and push the AWP back or overwhelm him. But Kenny, he's got the pick towards B, and now he's rotated towards A. 4 players for G2, 2 on either side of middle. Very fortified defense right now as Hunter wants to go searching. He's going to see Boiler's clear, nobody in halls either. And if he pokes his head out towards alt middle, oh my God, drops
this could be the
pants
timing
down.
of a century.
See you later, Robs.
Oh, furious as well.
They can rotate back towards B now.
Why not? You got the info. No one else was with Rops. He was trying to sell something. Yeah, Nico's put 2 and 2 together, and he's got, believe it or not, 4. Here they come. Commitment into B. Next, Adoni has a flashbang, but that molly pool will segregate. Chris is already on the site, though. They won't be able to join him. And that's enabled Hunter to get this flank much faster than Carrigan was ready for. He was just considering it. Hunter's already there to strike. Chris walking through a smoke. It's his only hope, but he's just made a sound cue. Nexa's going to have heard that. Oh, he even hears it. Chris meets Kenny's AWP and Frozen. Not too long.
Very well done there. A good info play from G2, and that's something in the past that I always used to like to highlight with their CT sides. They were always searching in transition. If they had lost territory towards brackets, maybe they were looking towards top banana or going through halls, just always having a look to see what they can find. And here's another opening from Kenny. So we really want to keep our eyes on Kenny and how mobile he is early. And what I was talking about with Mouse, being able to deal with that, being able to stifle Kenny. If you're a bit earlier on your intention, if you're a bit cleaner on how you want to approach these rounds, or faster, Mouse definitely have the ability to go quick, go for some rushes with Tech 9s, then you might be able to avoid getting picked off. Or if you get picked off, be able to take the space to get the trade. If Kenny is just allowed to pick from top banana, pick from top mid, get one and get away, you're going to have some real problems here. And you can see the scores on the doors within the early stages. Hunter, 9 kills, 8 for Kenny, 5 apiece for Nico and Nexa. Jax with 4. 5 for Frozen on the other side, 4 apiece for Chris J and BMAS, 2 for Rops, 1 for Carrigan. It's the first timeout taken.
And this is about time where we'll start to see the Rops resurgence. If I was just recapping his last few deaths, he was like the final headshot on that pool round. It was only Tech 9s. He was also caught by Kenny's AWP on the balcony.
Against Hunter in the site, and the Eagle.
Yep. He hasn't had the dream start. See, Carrigan's got a nice preemptive smoke to stop any of that util and keep that sound cue flowing. It is half-buy territory, and that means they could overwhelm Kenny. You can see a perfect reaction. Drop a molly, slow down the pressure, Kenny tucks in.
They've been loving this set piece where they smoke off towards pit, and right now, no one is towards bike. Jax is close, he's just pivoted in now, so the smoke's over, away they go, fast up quad.
I like it. I really like the strat. Hunter, however, seems to have found the answer. Ooh, good dink. Maybe Jax is vulnerable. They drive by into the site. Carrigan does trade. They need to get that bomb down, but they need another frag. They know Jax still has pit. Kenny, don't play with fire here. Oh, nice. Jax has actually caught them as they elevate, pushing in. Kenny, close quarters. What's he got his knife out for? I think he thought it was over. And now, Frozen's got a Kenny's AWP. Surely not. No, it's the wall bang. Kenny, red-faced after this one. Nexa bails him out. My God. That nearly was a disaster, and those are the mistakes. Those are the mistakes we said would happen. We've got players that will jump through those hoops if they're presented. Frozen nearly does. That wallbang onto Jax. My Lord. Thank you, Nexa. Can we see that again, please? Replay operator, please and thank you.
That was some wild stuff right there. The fact that got so dicey after how clean it looked.
Bull. Shoot.
I don't think he even realized he got it because he looks back. He had a little look back. He's just like, wait, did I? Wait, what? Jeez, all right. Well, this one's kicking off in style. 5-3 scoreline now. G2 starting to build a bit of a bank and a bit of a lead.
He did Kenny, what's going on? Did he think it was
Maybe
over?
It was miscomms.
Yeah, still. Kenny's not going to be thrown off. He's been a fantastic string in their bow. He's stuck around for a frag. Oh, timing. Not on his side after this one.
Well, at least Mouse have found an opening finally, but Kenny wants to level the playing field up. He is staying in limbo right now, still aggressive towards middle. We'll have an opportunity. The jiggles with the X-ray, we can pick him, we can see him. Kenny staying for a very, very long time now. Halls and Boiler could have been taken, but he really wants this frag.
He's gonna get it. Ooh, he gets his chance. That's 2 chances for Kenny.
He's sticking around.
He wants more. They'll surely flash you off this line, Kenny. He's so hungry. Hungry?
Horny and hungry.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you. Jax is even more so. What are you up to? You horn dog. Oh. He's got it, and he's taken the frag and disappeared.
Peek.
They can't, because Kenny's holding the other line.
They've worked out how to disrupt mousesports here. They're not respecting them. They're not giving them the territory that they've earned.
Yeah, and they have to explain themselves to Daddy Carrigan afterwards. Like, listen, Kenny he was holding middle, so...
I couldn't pick.
I couldn't peek.
I didn't want to die.
I didn't trade. I didn't want to... Sorry.
Someone grab the bomb, because that right now is down in the chicken pit. It looks like Carrigan's having a look for it. And there you go.
Solved it. Solved the mystery.
With 35 seconds left, they have enough utility to execute onto the A or B bomb sites. They know that they have banana control, and they've had trouble getting past this AWP. Nico now starting to cheat over towards A. A bit of a call coming out of the G2 camp here as they stack on over. Smokes have landed, and they have to push up quad again.
Jackie boy playing anti. About that 15-second mark on Kenny's first shot. He actually gets him in the smoke. Carrigan. Okay, Jax. Hold your nerve here. Finding one in the flashbang, and all the frags come in quick succession. That's a lovely 6th round for G2. And in fact, that is 6 in a row. We haven't seen mousesports be able to make too much impact after their flurry of 3.
Yeah, looking good now, G2. Bit of a wall being erected. Obviously, there were issues against Frozen just previously, but when presented with an opportunity, G2, they're either sticking around and they're forcing the fight against mousesports. And this is what we wanted to see. We knew the individuals...
Molly being extinguished gave him the shadow.
The occlusion there. That was quite nice. You get lucky with that every now and again.
Yeah, I'm surprised teams haven't found a way to master it and exploit it.
Okay, so the AKs are back out. Still no AWP to contest with Kenny, and usually we talk about that as one of the strengths. Even yesterday I did, or straight up middle. Frozen's found an entry.
Yeah, Jax trying to get his util into the apartment. Comes out a little slow and already punished. Ooh, Kenny S is going in to get info for free. Albeit a little sketchy. He's juggled with Chris J, and now they know that Brackets is lost.
Oh, I like this transition in the mid-round. They're going to post Kenny back over towards
He's got
B.
so much util.
Yeah, he can even search for a kill. He looks very active at the moment, Kenny, so I wouldn't be surprised.
He's got the perfect timing. Just as he arrives there, so do they. Drop his incendiary into pool. It's a perfect start. Does make things dicey. Nexa has yet to reveal his location.
Flashing.
Flashes. Oh no. Nexa stabilizes. He knows he's under a lot of pressure here. Drops his smoke. Chris finds him. It's actually Bemis. Kenny's been caught as well. Good damage through the smoke. Rob's brought down to a competitive standpoint, but where is this retake coming from? Nico's going to smoke off Banana. Chris won't be able to contribute. A molly from Hunter towards the Emo. Bemis will be forced to move. And they go on the flash. It's good. Bemis burning. Does have a safe haven in Emo, though. That kind of screws him. It's off the single flash. The Cousins looking for a 2v3 retake, and he lines it up. Kits on both. They've got a chance here. And that's the first frag. Nico's found it. Bemis still Emo. It's Chris. They'll have to trifle with if they find this frag, and they have. One just has to hold him. Hunter doesn't have util, and he's actually going for the hold. Surely Chris just peeks in 1, 2, and 3.
Oh my God!
Oh, they ninjas. Pros do not fake. Hunter steals a 7th round, and Chris feels like a bit of a fool.
Balls of steel there from Hunter just to go for that one, knowing that their money's good, knowing that they've just gone for a 2-on-3 retake on the B bomb site. You don't see that every day of the week, especially not in the first half. We've been talking about percentage Counter-Strike all throughout the year. G2 have thrown that out the window, and they've stolen another one away from mousesports. And that feels like that's their whole game plan here today. Stay aggressive, stay looking for opening kills, and take some risks, because they're rattling mousesports here. Scoreline now 7-3. The plant is good, and Mouse can get back underway with a buy, but they need to crack this nut. Early smoke out towards Banana. Nades in exchange. And you can see Banana control isn't on the agenda for G2. They don't need to push out. They don't need to get Banana control. They're just able to sit back and defend. And normally we see teams struggle when they go for this approach. But here he is, Kenny.
He's everywhere and nowhere, is Kenny, yes?
Seeing the balcony clear, seeing it all might entice him in. There's not too many sound cues, but look at this angle from Rops. If he was to peer on out, Rops would have the advantage there. We posted him as one of the highlight players, just 2 kills so far. And you can see Nico in transition. Very flexible, back between Nexa over towards the B site.
I can understand why Mouse have ended up here. And look, Kenny's coming too. So it's the pace. Oh, they're fumbling, and now there's a 3-man setup on B.
Oh, good nade. Look at that. Molly as well, they have to go forward.
Okay, and a dink. This is getting very sketchy now, and Kenny continues to be a thorn in their side just as they start their push.
They're not clearing Nexa.
They're looking for him. Nexa already reveals his location. He's caught Bemis, a great molly to stop the push and swing. Looking for Carrigan. Spots him and does damage. The molly's still there. Carrigan catching both. Now mousesports should have the 4th.
The Hunter and Jax go for this. We just saw Nico and Hunter pull off something magical. It is another 2-on-3, similar situation. Yes, utility, and they're fast, and Carrigan's taken another. That's going to stall this one out.
Great round from Carrigan. If he didn't catch Kenny on that second transition, it's a different round.
It felt like right place, right time for G2. They had the stack, they had the utility, there's a chunk of damage, and as they forced forward, Bemis hits a bit of a banger to open up the site, and then Carrigan, the in-game leader, will finish it off. So they needed a round here, and that's some inspiring play from the captain.
Despite G2 kind of having all the right pieces in the right place.
Yeah.
That's an achievement for Mouse.
So they have been really just running into the CT-sided wall or getting picked off by it. And now that they've finally been able to break through, they can work on cracking down the G2 economy, which we can see is relatively built. When this bomb goes off, the loss bonus of 1,400 will be added to those bank balances, and all of them will be able to buy. Kenny will need a drop of an AWP, but that's no problem. There's plenty of cash for Hunter, Nexa, and Nico alike. And mousesports, well, they won't have any issues whatsoever. But the curious question is, do they get the AWP out on Chris? He's got 7K, could go toe-to-toe with Kenny. We've seen him be aggressive. We've seen him looking for picks. Chris could punish that, just like Carrigan did here. Straight through the smoke, lovely head on a pivot.
Well, we take them, and now it's about building upon them, because this can send you back down a nasty spiral. With a pen and standing desk. I've never seen a more coachy coach.
Yeah, just need to put a suit on him. And,
yeah, that's the next step.
For the job.
He's ready for the LEC.
Looks like we do have a bit of a technical issue here, guys, so bear with us as we iron out the kinks. As I say that, of course, the time starts ticking on down, so we've already fixed it. That's how good we are here. We call it and we fix it immediately. As the buy now should be coming through momentarily. There's only 7 seconds left and 4 members of G2 yet to buy. Here we go. Next is purchased in. Timeout called. Okay, well, Malik wants to get involved right now. You don't want to let this one get out of control, because if Mouse string another one on the board, then your money's really in dire straits. The scoreline starting to get closer and closer.
So something I you know, often you see a natural inclination when you lose a B round is let's go get banana control early.
Yeah.
And to do so, often teams invest 3 players to that early B lead. So the questions that could be going on now is, are we doing that? And the question mousesports are asking themselves is, if they are, can we get that info and punish it?
So they've got a couple of options here, right? They can fight fire with fire. They could go all in. And if they're expecting that banana play, you can win or lose the round just taking those fights towards top banana. Whoever comes out on top of those duels, more than likely to get away with this. To note, Kenny has the AWP, and it currently looks like he has a spawn more towards middle. So I don't think we'll see him lean over towards B.
There is 3 players departing to be off spawn, though.
So we've got Nexa, we've got Hunter, and we've got Nico. They want to get stuck in here. Nico with a smoke ready in case they get mollied out of position. It doesn't look hyper-aggressive, just wanting sandbag control and the mollies to dissuade them. Bemis is going to get naded on down. Crowd control with the utility good. But Bemis really wants this. He wants to get stuck in.
Yeah, and that goes to favor of Nexa. If Nico and Nexa can bait them in, that's a molly that will force Bemis back even more. He's really done well to take very little damage considering his health off the nade. Oh, there it is. As I say that, Carrigan and Bemis are left with scraps of health remaining.
Look how much utility is being expended from G2 within the early stages. The damage is great, but they're now operating with 2 smokes, no Molotovs with 1 minute and 10 left on the clock. And Mals are heading over towards A to get mid control.
Yeah, but Kenny's very quick to want to take that back. And look, they fired a couple of shots off. It's pretty trivial. And I think Kenny may have a sneaking suspicion that he can just walk on up. This is great info. Yeah, boys, unless they're long, which I don't think they are, back up B, and Hunter's on his way. Flirting with the idea at least. Rops the lurk, throwing out util perhaps to... He's only got flashbangs, won't sell it very well. They're heading back up towards the B side, and Hunter is in a position to support them. 40 seconds, he's second-guessing himself here. Lying in limbo. They have 1 smoke for the cross. Chris has to be the one to get that down.
Another one low now.
Next has dropped his smoke defensively. Chris is ready into pool. Hunter with a high flash, they'll fight off that. Bang! And there's 2 pull flash. Nico doesn't have anything but the kit and the M4 he brought into this round. And he's caught through the smoke. A big opening. They're so low though, and that's a chance. Needs to transfer. Where is Chris J? He's got no bullets. Nexa with a P2K, he pushes in. A crucial frag. Takes Chris J out, and now it gets awkward. Carrigan, bombs loose, 12 seconds. Rops to support. He has to win this duel. He hasn't. And Rops, nothing really. Oh! Unless he gets the bomb down now. No time. Jax, by virtue of the clock, has won the round.
Oh, a few more seconds there, and Rops could have had that down, giving him a one-on-one against Jax, who was stuck towards CT, and Rops needs to get activated. We spoke about him as one of the stars for this mousesports team. He's not one of the stars, he is the star. This kid is an absolute animal, but so far kept quiet. As his walking wounded teammates made it into the bomb site, you can see 3 players on 10 HP. They just were whittled down with ease, and it wasn't enough here for Rops to get stuck in. It was good kills, it was good damage. But it's not the round, and I think that reaction of Mither is probably very similar. Rops was the player watching the backs. Maybe he should have changed with one of the low HP players and got stuck in, see if he could find a couple of trades. Regardless, Mal's will be back onto the buy. 3 towards Banana again, a different foray of utility being used. Willing to limp out a couple more Molotovs now, the follow-up nades. Carrigan whittled down again, needs to be careful here. Nico wants more. We didn't even talk about the storyline of Nico and Carrigan, now on different teams. FaZe aren't even in the conversation.
Yeah, there's definitely history between the 2 of them.
Pressure on A now, Kenny.
Ooh, actually manages to tag Chris. He is getting pushed. And he spotted off another great moves from Kenny. Take a shot, fall back. It's textbook. Carrigan slipped the net, though. He's in A.
Oh, Rops is about to get flanked.
They're pushing apps. I love it. Rops is not expecting this, but what a reaction from the young Estonian. Keeps him in it. Need to see Jax trade. He knows he's low. Wallbang would work. Hasn't found Rops just yet. In fact, Rops gets next to the comms gap, perhaps. Nico's going to have to fill up those shoes. Oh, no.
Jesus.
It's getting sketchy. Frozen's low. If Kenny goes down, he won't.
That was a wild round.
Yeah.
Everybody was everywhere. CTs were in the back lines, flanking the Ts on the side. There was players pushing up middle. Yeah, that was wild. There was a lot going on just there.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Right?
Yeah, tell me about it. Well, that's 9 now. Wow, this one is really off to a flyer of a start.
This is dreamy for G2, isn't it? Considering the fact that this is Mouse's pick, if they can come in with anything more than 9, my lord, is that going to get under mousesports' skin, come into their defense. Their margin for error will be so slim. Great stuff from Kenny. Rops' reactions keeping him in the round. It was a 3K in the end, though, from Kenny S. Wrapping things up. And second timeout used. You get 4 for each map. Using half of them here in the first half already. Mousesports in pursuit of 6. The half considerably won already by G2.
Have a little look here. Chris has finally brought out the AWP, so wants to stop Kenny from going for these type of duels. But if he just gets flatlined, if Kenny just out-AWPs him here, that's a waste of investment. It will have 4 AKs to complement that. The utility is still good. Mouse operating with this max loss bonus. They need to get threatening now as they have finally whittled G2's bank balance down. If they beat them here in this one, it means going into the final round of play, they won't be operating with a full buy. Not so much onus on the banana aggression right now, but Bim is still copping a nade straight to that front door, down to 61. Very important round here.
They boosted. Or did they? Or am I misreading the map? No. So Jack's underneath. Hunter actually going investigating. I thought they might have gone for the quad boost.
They're so annoying, G2. They're constantly in transition on this CT side. Any territory that mousesports want to take, they have to work hard for it. It's not just flashes, it's not just nades to get it. And this has forced them back towards B again. They've been able to get in towards pool, but having a rough time cracking the site down completely. Remember when they won the gun round, Carrigan had to have a couple of special kills, even one through the smoke.
That's right.
So the utility at this stage for Mouse with a minute left on the clock, out of Molotovs, and look at Hunter going for info. They can rotate that third man over towards B, but mousesports going quick.
They are. It's very quick, but the volley's great. You can see how much damage that inflicted to Carrigan to punish the wrap. He gets through. His teammate went down.
They're falling back.
Yeah, Kenny's going to have to try and find Carrigan through the smoke, though. He could get caught out by this.
Feet almost spotted there.
Yeah, but Kenny's going to get punished if he's not ready. Carrigan, what a rascal. Catches him by surprise. He's going to keep the B players there. They're practically forced to save as Carrigan, the gatekeeper of the rotate. Great choice, great decision making. They pivot back to A. The frags will go their way. It's a double kill from Rops.
Yeah, that's a big risk from Carrigan, right? He loves to go in first to the in-game leader to make space for his little aim stars. But look at this. Not only is he making space, he's winning the round and taking away these guns, ripping them out of the G2 players' hands. And that bank balance I was talking about, it's getting quite low. They should try and hunt Nico with at least one more player. Just see if you can throw a body at him. I know that the money's not great for Mouse here, but if you can take a gun away, especially an AK-47 from Nico, means he won't be able to drop one over in the next round, and their buy is going to be more hamstrung than it would be. Chris J posted up. Will he get off with the duel? How far does Nico want to push? Looks like he's just going to park it up here. And that's going to be the 5th on the board for mousesports. They've had to work hard for this, and that was Rops getting 2 kills in transition. Hunter looking for info over towards the window room, and then he pushed up middle and killed Jax on that arch side. So Rops was instrumental in the 5th round for Mouse.
You can see what that's done as well to G2, so nice to close the gap here a bit. 6 compulsory for Mouse if they want to have an easier path towards that Mount win on their pick.
I think they'll be happy with 6 as well, considering how they've been made to work for this, how they've been forced to fight in a lot of these scenarios. Yeah, look at that. MP9, CZ. They've been able to get 2 rifles, Hunter and Nico. A pair between them. Smokes are good.
Solo B AK. It's not ideal, but it certainly is viable.
Especially with the man who's holding it right now.
He's got a flash for Nexus second mid look. If you're wondering what Hunter's about to do, it's Nex are looking for some form of info. Nico dropping his incendiary. He's being pushed. Oh no, just like that. Mouse have cracked into B. A deep smoke. That's a great call. Carrigan's got a good read as to how they wanted to play this, and he's punished it accordingly. Frozen's gotten across with a bomb. Hunter's got very minimal line of sight, hoping to catch one as they cross. Another smoke. Get through one, get through the other. It's the final round of play.
Look at all the nades left over for Mouse for this post plant. More smokes to drop, 2 more mollies, a bunch of flashes, hate cheese as well. If G2 want to get back in, they have to wade through the storm of this. There's that utility.
There's the frag though. Frozen needs more. Good shooting. Oh, nearly 3. Kenny eventually shuts him down. It's just the 2 of them. And an AK upgrade for Kenny. Need to go fast now. No kits. Kerrigan confirmed it. It's his round. It's mousesports taking 6. They will be happy with that, as will G2 with the 9. Swapping sides and getting ready for the second half. We'll be right back.
Too young, I hate it. They say we're being dumb, so let them talk. We're living on the run, we'll make it, you and I. I know that we're not sober, but shut up and pull me closer, yeah. Holding me still too far away. Even when we're older, I promise that I'll still hold you like we're 17 and we're not afraid of making mistakes. Ooh. We're 17 and we're not afraid. They say that we're too young. Can we go back? Can we go back? Won't fall apart, don't let my heart break. Can we go back? Can we go back? Like we're 17 and we're not afraid. They tell us that we're wrong, we might be. This life, it isn't long enough to feel. My love for you is strong, I'm fighting you and I know that we're not sober, but shut up and pull me closer, yeah. Holding me still too far away. Even when we're older, I promise that I'll still hold you like we're 17 and we're not afraid of making mistakes. Ooh. We're 17 and we're not afraid. They say that we're too young. Can we go back? Can we go back? Won't fall apart, don't let my heart break. Can we go back? Can we go back? Like we're 17 and we're not afraid. I know that we're not sober, but shut up and pull me closer, yeah. Holding me still too far away.
Second half of our first map of the day. G2 and Mouse duking it out. Myself and Spun shouting about the Counter-Strike that unfurls itself before our very eyes. And Chatty B, 9-6, a competitive half, would you say?
Yeah, a bit of a pause champ here. Not quite sure which way this one's going to go. Did I use that one right, Rush?
Say that again, sorry.
Oh, okay, don't worry about it. If it didn't,
You said it was a bit of a pause champ. I don't even remember. Did we have a pause champ?
Yeah, pause champ. There's some pause champs going on right now. You wait till you see this buy. This is a pause champ.
Okay, hold up a second. He's excited.
Ooh,
everybody at home.
now we're champing.
We got. It wasn't that pause champion. All right, Rush has oversold that. Anyway,
Dualies.
I'm going to stay away from the emoticons and get into the game.
Julie B push. Come on. Okay, well that's a chance, and that's a even trade. It's changed by Hunter. He just clicks on 2 heads, and into B they go. All right, bomb's going down. Bemis and Rops very segregated. Is Bemis... Okay, there we go. Mine just mini-map wasn't moving.
When in doubt, rush B.
Yeah, it seems to work. That was how the last round of the first half finished. And the beauty of it is if you get in rather quick, you've got all that util to dump. I say that. Kenny still has his flashes. Oh, great shot, Robs. Back into the site now. Hunter was the hero to get them in. Maybe Robs could be the hero to get them out. And oh, he hears it. He knows that Kenny's tucked it on Emo. And Kenny brings the fight to Robs. That's a surprise. Wasn't ready for that. Bemis confirms his location. Now the crossfire's established. Hunter's even working on the flank. This is G2's round, boys.
Nice finish there from Kenny. So 2 for Kenny, 2 for Hunter, and 1 for Nico in that foray onto the B-bomb side. And that's going to be the pistol round. So they are sitting pretty, but they might have to weather the storm of a mousesports force buy. Great way to kick off the second half and a great way to almost net up their first map. It will be the map choice of mousesports here in Inferno. We'll be moving on to Dust 2, an action-packed affair, which is G2's pick. Both teams going to be solid on that one. Wonder if we get another Nico performance. Absolutely monstrous stuff to get here against North yesterday. But it will be this force buy for Mouse. You can see Deagles and a Scout. Couple of smokes, couple of HEs. Early utility out towards top banana, and Chris is going to gobble that up. Force back by the Molotov. Won't be able to go for any picks or tags. As G2 now, they just work the map. Nobody over towards second mid as Hunter's now dropping on back and regrouping with the team. And now that they have banana control, they will still need to clear out towards Sandbag, and Chris is actually reinitiating.
With a Scout, no less. He tags Nico's bottom just as he leaves.
Yeah, get that and get out, I think. That's a good confirmed damage. As, you know, at least one player is towards banana. You would have an inkling there's a few more. They've actually rotated Chris over towards A as Carrigan's going to drop out a smoke. Will this stop G2 and hold them at bay?
Carrigan believes that's going to send them to A.
Frozen still has a smoke as well here, so this is going to buy them into roughly 40 seconds. Frozen will have to drop one more, but then it's the decision-making of G2. Do they respect it? Do they push? Do they stay stoic and just wait it out? Chris has even found a kill in the meantime.
This is great. Another B smoke.
They're going to go B. They're going to finish B here.
Nico, Jax, a smoke as well. They go on the flash, and Frozen, he's actually tucked in underneath them. They're on top of each other. Frozen has the element of surprise now. He's gone unchecked. 24, he could even deny the plant. Jax's responsibility, and that's the headshot. One already. Oh, a great shot up to Kenny, yes. Frozen has definitely had his cornflakes this morning. And trying to plant his Jax. The last bullet doesn't connect. He gets it down.
But so low.
This is an impossible task to defend. Nico and Jax. I mean, a combination of aggression is required here. And yeah, just on the edge of the smoke, he's been spotted. Jax needs something as the smoke fades.
Well, they're flubbing it.
One. Yeah, they're low now. Bemis is being pushed from every angle, and he's gone down. They got time for the defuse.
Good bounce back here from Mauser. Very necessary.
Round yeah, they take that. They'll take an AK and I think that's an M4.
That second shot there from Frozen was absolutely wild.
Yeah, lovely.
Very, very huge stuff there. And yeah, look, you're right. They were actually having to jump over his head just to get side access. This one here, bang! Jesus. Okay, well.
I mean, it makes the game more interesting.
It does indeed.
That's a much needed win for Mouse.
The plant means we're likely to see the Force by Wars continue here. After losing that one there, but getting the bomb down, G2 can continue to buy. They will. Deagles, Tech 9s, a Mac 10 for Jax. Maybe a quicker round on the cards here is towards second mid. 3 will go fast. Nico wanting to see if anyone peeks middle on him. No scout for Chris J this time to go for the fight, go for the biff. Early utility here from BMS, and it was well timed, well placed because they're going through it.
Yeah, they actually smoke it, so he's forced that out of them. Ooh, Carrigan's got a lot of pressure. He catches the jumping SMG, but doesn't anticipate another. Kenny going down though. So Nexa losing the bomb to Chris. Chris has had a lot of impact already. It's only Hunter and Nico, one in the balcony held by Rops, and Nico's trying to smoke off the library, but that bomb retrieval just feels like an impossible task. Got a 1 deke for me, Nico. That's kind of what we need. Yeah, nice roll from Chris. He's handled that whole round. And Rops finds the tip of Hunter's head. So tapping away at that. That force buy goes nowhere.
Game on now because it will be the eco from G2 here. A chance for Mouse to get the 9th on the board cleanly. And clean is the name of the game. You want to start building that CT-sided bank. You can see how Chris has already gone about that. 6.2 after reinvesting. And it looks like he's just going to go with the standard Deagle buy. It's a classic Chris J play, and it makes sense. They know they're going to be up against the eco, a P250 at best right now, unless anybody as they leave spawn from G2 wants to reinvest, but no, that's not the case. So Should be a relatively easy round for Mouse unless they get overrun. Leading the charge up middle with the in-game leader Nexa. BMS ready to drop this early Molotov again. He's just tucking in towards quad. Rops is looking for information. This is into the blender. Straight up mid they go. BMS spamming down. He's got two. Rops is here to mop it up. Jax will eventually take him out, and it is just Nico. Christian with the flank gets the kill. And now the scoreline 10-9 in favor of G2.
Here we go. So it will be the 5 AK-47s. They'll grab all of the util they could possibly find from the caches and get ready to try and put the first weapon round on the board of this T side. They picked up the pistol. Second round force going Mouse's way, and they've converted 2 off the back of that. That was just the eco after the failed force. So, gap closed. That's the beauty of winning that second round, especially as a CT. It really does help you fill the coffers early, and they're actually using a bit of a bonus here, still keeping that Galil we saw recovered in round 2. Wow, that's a lot of util. Nico cops a nade to the dome.
They can do the second wave as well because they had to import 2 players from A to make that happen. Space is taken. BMAS almost caught out there. Tucks into the site. Can set up the crossfire with Rops now, but pressure is on towards A. G2 have already taken brackets. They've taken a lot of liberties, and Nico is holding 2 players quite comfortable over towards top banana right now. So this is good from G2 as they've already fanned out. Offensive smoke from Carrigan here. It's going to hold them at brackets for now, and Carrigan getting up close and personal with the Galil. 35 bullets to put through that smoke if he feels necessary. But just parked up at G2.
Gonna nutmeg in the smoke. Carrigan's aware of the vulnerability, and so opting for long, so he has the info and can get away. It's a good crossfire they've set up now, Mouse.
This is a really hard duel for Carrigan.
Yeah. Gets the info, though. Ooh, oof. He's actually choosing to re-peek on the flash, and Jax gets away nicely despite the loss of vision. Rops is flashed on that balcony position. And that's the swing. Oh, confirms Rops' location, catching him as he jumps. This is great from G2. Beamer's under a lot of pressure. The trades all favor the T side now. They have the advantage and they have the sight. Couldn't have gone better. Frozen's in the spawn. Chris is working through mid. He's even thinking about second mid. So Frozen's death might just confirm it.
Almost fluffs his lines there. Nexa down to 31, but yeah, you're right, Christian. We'll have to save at this juncture. 1-on-3, retaking the A site with the bomb almost halfway ticked. Probably not worth it. But that was just bodies to get onto the site there. There wasn't a whole lot of utility used from G2 to pressure A. It was pushing Carrigan back and then just clamping down. Pushing up quad, pushing around the arch side, finding a couple of cheeky kills. As soon as Rops goes down on the balcony, that's all she wrote. So there was no clear indication. There was no early tell. You didn't see the smokes coming over the wall. There wasn't waterfall of flashes towards pit. The B defenders weren't able to get an early rotation. And that's going to be the 11th now. The buy from mousesports, it's going to look good, but I have some questions. They want to bring up an AWP. Christian would be the one to do it. Doesn't look likely as it's actually Carrigan who's invested in there, or maybe wanting to use that over towards the arch side. You saw in the fashion he was just bullied then. Just swung on, space taken. They even tried to re-aggress with a flash, but being so low on HP, unable to land any shots there, and away we go. 3 players towards top banana this time. Carrigan's already parked up with that AWP arch side in case they want to come fast.
Look at these stack nades. Anyone makes a step at the top of banana, they'll throw them out. Waiting for a cue. Nico's giving him nothing. Happy with his gap. Frozen lining up for the smoke. And he'll throw the molly as well. So that does basically guarantee that no one is ahead of that. You can see the molly would have either forced them into their line of sight, which he checks, or they're behind the smoke.
Yeah, good stuff there. That's just going to hold anybody at base. So the utility exchange there actually works out in the favor of G2. Mouse don't get any information and they cannot get the territory back. Sure, they make G2 burn a couple of extra Molotovs, but they're still under pressure. Carrigan maintaining top mid control with the AWP is good, and this nade, it's not great. Nico, plenty of time for him to backpedal from that, only takes 6 damage, and at this point, G2 have already got 1 big check mark in terms of map control. They just need mid and brackets now. Smokes over towards the top, might be selling a bit of a fake. More towards the site. Carrigan still has full vision.
This is going to feel like an A. And it might even be an A. Charging into Carrigan's position. He's flashed him off. Hunter being held. He strafes and does catch a tag. Carrigan, they're trying to wrap B. It's rare to see. Got a full banana split coming in here. And Frozen, well, he fancies a treat. He's got himself Hunter. Finishes off the job of Carrigan's AWP, but needs another. That's the bomb. Great shooting from Frozen. One more would confirm it, and Jax gives it to him. Oh dear, Nico and Nexa then. Suddenly this feeling a little bit more awkward than it needed to be. Nico does open up, and that's a big win from Frozen. He's practically won the round single-handedly. There's no time for Nico. And no health either. 4 HP, Frozen with a quad kill to confirm the round. That is one way for a B defender to earn his credits. Not too shabby at all. Frozen even recovering himself a nice AK-47 for his troubles.
Well, G2 in 2 of their gun rounds have clearly had an indication they want to lean towards Arch, and that might be trying to punish Carrigan. They've been able to slip the net. They've been able to take a lot of room. In this case, they actually let the clock whittle down where it was a lot of pressure. You can see here these kills as they're coming through mid to B is already down to 20 seconds. So once Frozen stops them and doesn't get traded, he's basically won the round as soon as that bomb gets dropped. But that Arch side could be a pressure point. And the question is, does Carrigan want to fortify it with more of his members? Does he want to leave it open? Is he happy to allow G2 to go for mid to Bs just like that? Does he think that Frozen and Chris J can defend against it time and time again? Those will have to get answered as we move forward because G2 have limped on him with a partial investment. Nico still does have that saved AK, so he'll be looking to be a bit of a crowbar in round number 22. mousesports win this. They tie things up 11-11.
Gordon Freeman crowbar. See, their stance changes a little bit when Chris brings the AWP to B, but similar as always. And early utility deters middle. They've got a little bit of a chance on the double smoke. Could be just be your real basics. Chris J, though, holding a tight line, and Nico meets his demise. That was the pointy AK-47. They'll give it to Jax. Does he want to give him the same treatment?
Does look like this will be the B finish. Carrigan still has mid control. Smoke towards CT. Looks like they're going in.
Oh, great stuff. Kenny goes down. Crosshair placement, pinpoint. Perfect. And a great flash again. Chris has done everything here. Sets Frozen up for success. And this has gone nowhere for G2. Looking like an equalizer. Frozen with another multi-kill, 3 in total.
If they've identified that they're up against 2 AWPs, which I think G2 will have, we might see a change in approach here. So we know that Chris J was AWPing towards Banana. We know that Carrigan's been AWPing that Arch side. They might want to overrun Carrigan again because if he misses a shot, he has to drop back. And that's already been a key towards A. So maybe not a free pick, but a pressure point that they might continue to abuse, or they can try and get a little bit quicker up over towards B and try and force Chris J into a peak that he's not ready for. Even sending your little attack dog of Kenny S out to have a heads-up AWP duel right now. Never mind, no AWP for G2 operating with 5 AKs. And that's something we saw a lot of Kenny just the other day on Nuke on the T side, using that AK more than the AWP. As Chris J has been naded on down now, we'll have to reconsider the angles he wants to peak. This is a bit more methodical from G2 than what we saw from Mouse. It felt like G2 were taking a couple more risks on the CT side, and mousesports just had to sit back and wait for the opening exchanges. Whereas G2, they're getting their banana control, they're getting their top mid control, they're going for their set pieces. Never really getting into a mid round.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That pace change hasn't arrived as you prophesized. Happy to keep it slow at the moment.
You can see how they're just willing to operate in this 5v5. They're not searching for a pick. They're just trying to push them around with this utility and hope that mousesports bite down. So Jax has been sent up middle on his lonesome. He's got control of brackets, and now they're getting ready for the B execute. But will it be a pounce? It looks like it. Not super telegraphed here.
Yeah, Chris is holding the close walk up, and you can see the power of that line. He doesn't choose to pull the trigger on the flashbang, and now still finds a gap, still finds a chance. A double from Chris J, practically winning them the B shutdown. That's already enabled Carrigan to rotate. Nexa does find him on the flank. Chris is vulnerable too. Maybe G2 can turn this on its head. It comes down to Jax's frag here. Robs has got the reactions. Jax is going to be kicking himself. Nexa, chance, minimal chance, but it's 1 all the same. Frozen could be holding him. Chris baited in. He knows that Frozen's on new box. They're playing this to perfection. Nexa with all of the frags, and Kenny's caught Robs. 1 second to plant, and they get it down. Overcoming the odds. This is a crazy hero round from Nexa. He's even picked up an AWP. Try crossing now, Bemis. I dare you. Oh, okay. So the smoke's still up, so Kenny can't really contribute. Bemis will have to cross the line of sight of that AWP, though. Good. He's not that good. G2, 4 kills from Nexa. He just demands a round and he gets it, takes it by force.
Yeah, we were talking about G2 and their individuals in the early stages of their first half. We had a Kenny S round, we had a Hunter ace, we had Nico with a bit of an eco slaw. Everybody delivering in buckets and spades, and the in-game leader for G2 needing to do the same thing here. I thought Christian had done enough. Look at this. Not afraid of that smoke, not afraid to take those
when
peaks.
Jax's flank didn't catch the rotate, I thought that was booked.
Well, this is the thing, right? They knew that Nexa was towards this position and the trust was in Frozen to cover off. He's actually slipped the net, killed Chris J, even got the follow-up, and that's where that round fell apart. So Nexa with some absolute heroics here as we get the fans in the fan cams. If you want to join them, IEM.gg/fancamp, Discord to get on in with the boys and girls at home. G2 have some spotty rounds here. You can see they won the pistol, they lost the force buy, they were able to get a gun round on the board there by punishing the arch side, wrapping onto A. And now the most recent was through Nexa. They can string a couple together, they can break the bank balance of mousesports here late in the first map. They will be able to reinvest. AWP again for Chris, this time Carrigan just operating on a rifle. Utility not fantastic, only 2 Molotovs. Very important round for this game right here. And G2, they don't want to get stuck in and take too much damage towards Banana. This time quite passive as Hunter up towards Boiler with a UMP. This is a great weapon for the job.
Wow.
Makes it work.
Wow, Bemis has actually lost that duel, and so suddenly Chris J feeling a little less safe. Oh, and Hunter's taking them both down. An aggressive AWP. What an upgrade. You take that, $1,200 SMG, catching a fully bought up M4 and AWP. That, I'll tell you now, I'm no investment banker. That sounds like a good investment from Hunter, and Nico's only added more to the list.
It's all falling apart here for Mouse. This is a huge round to lose, and not in this fashion.
Yeah, you don't want to break this one down and just be able to dismiss it as an oopsie, especially considering its implications for the map win. Oh, I like the gap. Rops has managed to find his building info as well. Here's Jax. Can catch him off guard completely, but it's all a question of how he handle that info now. 4 versus 2. Nexa managed to win one just the round prior. Maybe Robs can find a little angle. Oh, he's got so many angles. He can't stop Nexa. Oh, takes the head off of Kenny. What a shot from Robs. Now Frozen's rotating in. He's still got space around the flames. Frozen advancing, does have a smoke. Hunter's holding the line though. And that's a frag. That's the important one. Now it's all on to Robs. They know where he is. It's down to G2 misplays at this point, and Nexa not gonna have that. Triple kill from Hunter. The multi-kills are just so evenly distributed. Everyone's taking it in turns.
Looking very nice for G2 now.
Look what that's done.
Bank is broken. Robs is the only one in touching distance of a buy. It might just have to be the save here as mousesports will take their 3rd time out of this one. And able to get behind this smoke wall, even able to hit that shot into Kenny. You can see there with X-ray off just how difficult a shot like that is. Hunter's even going to maintain this UMP. They're not even operating with a T-side AWP. It's 4 rifles and a UMP. That's an interesting look in for the next round of players. There are some big questions to be asked. You can either force right now if you're Mouse, see if Rops is able to use a rifle and grab you a couple. Play it conservative, know that the loss bonus isn't going to be fantastic moving forward. Big decisions. Mither on the mic right now. It's his debut with them in the server. And the timeout has transpired. 5 seconds left. It will be a save. mousesports not going to invest too much just yet. Means that G2 are looking good for their 14th. Rops is actually brought in with a Deagle, Kevlar, Carrigan P250, and a smoke. Not operating with a lot here.
It could be enough. I'm never one to write out a mousesports ridiculousness or a G2 slip-up. We've seen plenty of those, but yeah, everything pointing towards one thing and one thing only, a 14th for G2.
So just taking it slow here, you can see mousesports not with a heavy investment over towards B, it's just the USP, P2K. Carrigan's coming over now with his smoke and P250. They can't really face here. They've given up so much time and territory. They're just going for a boost, but look at Nico. He's just walking in. Oh, that's way too easy. Flash and go. Ripped him apart. One more on the bomb site. It's just Chris J trying to see whatever he can find. It won't be a lot.
Yeah, you'll give it a good go, though. Not going to be seeing any 10-second ninjas here either. If you had a kit, I'd had some faith. Looks like Nico is going to do his due diligence. He does hit the dink with a P250, P2K. Beamer's gone, and that's finished it all off. Rob's hanging out on A. He did invest, so he doesn't want to lose his Deagle and Kevlar. Can't blame the man. He is being hunted a little bit, though. Jax likely gets the timing here, but Rops is a bit of a gamer.
Surprised they're hunting him here.
Oh, yeah, he saw the barrel.
You don't want to give him an AK, give him something to carry through the next round. He's not able to hold on to it. Hunter bounding with that UMP. Difficult to hit. I wonder if Hunter's going to keep using this weapon. It's so strange to see someone as proficient as him on that AK operating with the SMG, but he's making it work. When you think about the round that broke the money, he had the opening 2 kills onto BMS and then Chris J pushing halls with the AWP. So, yikes.
Yeah, that round, Hunter finding some serious impact frags on a UMP alone, and he has kept it, Chad.
Okay, well, he's built a bit of a bank off of it.
That nade looks very promising. Does chip away at them, softens them up for an aggressive M4. Uh-oh, they're coming. Nico's fully flashed. The flashes do only set up for 1, though. And Rops denies me a correct sentence. A good shot from him as he re-peeks into middle. They leave with an advantage. And that was what mousesports were looking for. Carrigan makes an aggressive call. Rops there to support him on the trades. And, well, G2 losing 2 very, very potent weapons in Jax and Nico.
I think they're probably fed up of getting executed on right now, mousesports. They're trying to take a page out of the G2 book. I think towards top banana, whittled down by early utility. He was over there in the early stages of this round. He's just rotated back over towards A, I believe.
Yeah, it makes sense with the health. You can play pit, play headshot, play the safer, less likely to be hit site. Bomb is actually leaning B. And Hunter, oh, I don't hate this at all.
He's pipped the gap here.
He's found a complete and total gap. Bemis, you can see he's paranoid about it, but it's about Hunter's pacing here.
Yeah, this is all giving Hunter a lot of room to work with. So that fake on towards B opened up the gap, and now Hunter to search for a kill. If he finds 1, they'll clamp down on B. If he goes down with 2 on the side, the other 2 can go get a 2v2 at A. So flash just to get them off new box.
Yeah. Nice self angle. You could see as Hunter was clearing his close corners. Bemis resolves the issue. 20 seconds then. Kenny mantling up. Next needs to be getting that bomb down, but it seems like the positioning from Frozen's just too perfect. Time is just not on their side. They can't surely be punching the digits without checking emo. 9, 8. They find it. Perfect stuff. No time, and the frags come in. Frozen and Bemis tested, and they pass. Flying colors, 12 rounds found. mousesports back on the horse at least.
Yeah, they need this next one to make it competitive because their economy's still up struggle street. If they lose one on the trot, it will be G2 likely to close this out in consecutive fashion. They've had to drop a couple of guns across to make this one work. And now G2 are going to take their 3rd timeout. So the coaches really having some impact here today, making sure that they consider their options at these key points and key junctures of the game. Frozen, very well handled there not to peek. You know, a lot of players would get inquisitive. They might go for an overstep there, but Frozen really just keeping himself tucked in was the key to that round.
Yeah, even Bemis, I mean, I couldn't believe how vigilant he was being because it was only a maybe. Bear in mind, they didn't have info. They just knew it was a gap. They knew there is a gap that Hunter could be walking through, and Bemis, with enough information, he was vigilant, and it works. It converts.
Now, I said the key to that round was Frozen tucking in, but the real start was Carrigan pushing down middle and the 2 aggressive trades, one from Rops, one from Carrigan on the opener. Now, if they want to stop getting executed on from G2, they will need to have some more creative
Can't
looks.
do that again, though, Chad.
Yeah, but you can't just go for banana aggression either because G2 will just wait that out. It looks like 3 players from Mouse will be heading over towards banana, so they're going to look and see if they can do any damage. It really depends on what G2 want to greet them with. So crowd control molly down middle, that's going to tuck them on in. Harassing with utility. Kenny's on fire. They've actually extinguished one of the mollies, so he can now stand in the safety of that smoke.
Here comes Frozen's first look.
Oh, he's very lucky. I'm not sure if they're expecting an AWP.
T-side AWP on Kenny S.
Okay, so they haven't been able to find an opening pick, which could spell problems.
I do see a lot of A utility, though. So with an A Molotov and a smoke blooming on the arch, you can see that the 3 CTs on A are on high alert. Hunter making sure that this one looks convincing. Passive was the name of the game to mousesports B defense previously. There's time pressure at the moment, 55 seconds, still a 3-2 split of the defensive resources of Mouse. Hunter trying to convince them even further with another smoke.
Equal trades is not enough on B right now. They need to get a number advantage.
All right then, Chris, you're flashed off. Invisible, and they convert. Oh, both frags delivered by Nico, and that's immediately going to have to be the save call. Is it?
What is he looking in for? What is he thinking?
Oh, dear. What if they got 1900? That's Karrigan guaranteed not to have an M4.
Oh, that was a rough peak to lose right there. And the fact that the B defender's got nothing, now the Hunter's on. G2 can throw a couple of bodies at this. They've got residual cash on a few, so they can definitely have a look in. They know they've netted up 15. Now it's just about damage. The chickens, they're having a bit of a dance. They understand.
That was Karrigan's brain. That's all he could think of.
Look at that.
Yeah, he saw it and just couldn't process the retake. But they are actually truly looking to win the round with this hunt. I remind you, $1,900 is the loss bonus from mousesports. They're boosting over the smoke. Can Nico see him? Okay, he's not going to play any silly games there.
Oof, all right. Surprisingly, they didn't try and throw a few more bodies at them there. I know it meant they would have had to have reinvested, but you can see just how easy this was. Nico with both of them mopping them up, and then Kenny getting Karrigan on the rotation, not able to slow it down, and that is a bad one to lose. You can see the light little punch at the door.
I was dissatisfied with that outcome.
That was not something that you want to see happen, especially considering how hard mousesports had to work for the previous gun round.
And I will remind you, as it's there in your top right, Dust 2's next. G2's Dust 2 looked fierce. Nico looked fierce on Dust 2, and that is where they'll have to defend their honor and defend their rights to a playoff spot. Final timeout called by Mouse. They burnt through 2 on the first half and 2 evenly distributed here in the second. All right, then. You can see the financials. You can see that mousesports are come into this one as severe underdogs. I assume that AK is for Bemis. So they'll have 3 rifles and 2 SMGs to defend, and everything that the G2 Esports squad could desire. T-side AWP on Kenny. Be intrigued to see how well he can utilize that, bearing in mind there is only one real gap in the utility of the CT, so it's going to be a question of how much they choose to use early. 3 to be early, and Kenny just making sure no one fancies the early info. Peeks up middle. Deep banana smoke.
Straight through it, look at that. Yeah. Trusting in their utility a lot.
Smoke achieves nothing.
Yeah, so that's almost as a wasted $300, and maybe even gives mousesports some false information. They've rotated a 4th man over towards A. Standard stuff from G2 here as they do their default. They've got boiler and holes control. They're getting top banana control now. Frozen is only operating with an MP9. He has been left on the B-bomb site with only an MP9. And G2 have thrown a bunch of different T looks so far. Different smoke walls, different fakes.
Yeah, and they're going to have apps contact before anything happens at B.
Look at this. Kenny is just looking into B right now with the AWP, just searching.
Oh, my Lord. So Next is holding the CT swing, and he gets to do all of this contact walk-up. Frozen, if you have a look, bro. Yeah, you're going to get AWP'd. Bingo. First frag found for G2.
Already in. Nico's taken another bunch of space.
Yeah, Karrigan's going to run through that smoke. He's thinking about it. Yeah, he is. Gets the timing, but Nico's got the reactions. And just like that, mousesports have 3 players left. They're charging through CT to retake. Bomb way back on banana. Jax will be bringing that in late. They're just setting up for control, dropping their util. The rotate is in. 30 seconds, still no bomb plant. G2 cannot afford to slip up here. If Chris was to stop it, they re-smoke it. Jax is playing with fire. Now you still haven't planted, bro. He knows the boost is a threat.
Flash and go.
And they've got the boost frag. Double from Bemis. Jax was trying to plant. Now it falls to Chris J. They need to get the bomb down. 10 seconds. 10. He's got 10 bullets. And they find it eventually. Kenny S catches as the smoke fades.